Yeah! What's up, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel, where, as I stopped saying recently, we don't have any friends, we just have horror movies. Welcome, everybody! I'm your host, Yurdy G! That's not really me, but Yurdy G did send me this awesome hoodie, and I greatly appreciate him for when he comes and maybe sees this stream or not. I don't know, but if you're out there, Mr. Yurt, thank you. I appreciate it. This thing is sick. Love it, man. So what's going on, everybody? We're talking Scream today. We're talking about a bunch of stuff. Omni's hailing Ratma, which I really appreciate. Hail Ratma, as always. Love it. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for being a Killjoy cult member. I appreciate that, Omni. Mara's here saying, how long will you be live? Probably a little under 2 hours, like how I usually do. I'm going to see Infinity Pool tonight. I'm really excited for that. Oh, new Brandon Cronenberg movie, man. I cannot wait. Oh, it's gonna be good. Cannot wait. Heard some really good things about it too. That's got some teeth. It's a real crazy movie. I'm excited for it. Ghostface, with the creepiest looking Ghostface design I may have ever seen in the profile picture, is saying, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but on the Scream 6 poster, the Ghostface is doing the same stance and head turn like the one from the Scream 5 hospital scene. Ooh. Ghostface has a few tricks up his sleeve that stay consistent between movies, I see. I dig it, man. Howard Winston saying, what's up? I mean, what's up? Well, that clip just decided to lag out on me for some reason, but that's okay. Hey, we're chilling. But what's up? All the same. Let's put that chill music on so Jay can focus. And it's because, like, otherwise, I'm serious. I'll just be vibing. I'll be vibing the whole time. We won't get anything done. I'll just be losing my mind. It'll be fun for me, but it won't be fun for y'all. So let's keep it fun. I am so bored of saying hi, Scream fans. Hello. Kaylee's here. Let's go. Yeah. Let's do it. Dolphins forever. I like that. I do like me. Oh, Miami Dolphins. Okay, not like for real Dolphins. I like both, honestly. I like both. Just joined. Yo. Welcome. Ibrahim is here. Howdy, hey. Life of Dave. What's up? As always. What's going on? Yeah, M3 Gan. Oh yeah, a little Megan action. Robbie's here. What's up, Robbie? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hola. Yo. Ghostface Mace is here. Uh-oh. Don't spray me in the face with that. Eric is saying, I'm glad I can make the live. I'm glad you're here too, Eric. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna talk a little Scream theories, a bunch of crazy stuff. It's bumping in here. I'm glad you think so, Robbie. I was vibing to it too. As Yet Untitled is saying, hey Jake, howdy hey, my dude. What's up? How's it going? All right. Big collective hello to all of you wonderful people. I see Jacob Browning in the chat too, saying, hey Jake, always great to catch a stream. I'm catching Infinity Pool tomorrow. I think the killers are Dermot Mulroney and for some reason Liana Liberato and Jack Champion. Nice theories. I like it, Jacob. Thanks for stopping by, man. Enjoy that movie. What else do we got here? That sounded scary, saying, let's not spam the chat with multiple chats of the same thing. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try to get to everything. I'm gonna do my best, I promise. Andrew saying, just did a film study project and I'm drenched in fake blood. Nice. I've been there, man. It's fun. It's fun stuff. Austin saying, I'm slowly starting to think one of the killers will be Kirby instead of Dermot. It's one of those two for sure, though. I thought my video was kind of fun, pitching a little theory as to how Kirby could be the killer, but no one wanted to take any of the fun elements from that. But hey, you know what? That's okay. Sometimes that's just how it goes, my friends. But I'm glad someone out there thinks that maybe Kirby could be a killer. I think maybe. Keeping it at a maybe. Mayan is saying one last hurrah before vacation. Hey, yes, absolutely. It's not really going to be vacation. I'm going to be writing the entire time, so I'm going to be very hard on myself. But it's going to be fun, and I can't wait for it. Welcome to the stream, though. Welcome. Need a close-up on the hoodie. Mr. Yurdy G got me this awesome thing. You know what? I just realized that word probably shouldn't be on stream. So, actually, I won't stand up. That's the best you got. That's all I got. Yeah, it says a certain word that YouTube's not very happy with. Would not be very happy with, I guess. Adam's House is saying Quinn and Dermot avenging Olivia's death from 4? Potentially. What's up with the secret cameo? Great question. Maybe Stu, maybe Sydney. I don't know, Johnny Gomez. I got nothing. I got no read on that. I think you all know my preference, 100% Sydney. If it's anything, please let it be Sydney. That would be great. That'd be awesome. But, oh God, dear Lord. I don't think it will be, just to say, I really don't. I don't think Nev's going to be in this movie, which makes me sad. But if it could be, I would say yes, please. Yes. Oh, absolutely. That'd be awesome. But I don't think it's going to be. Rhett Parker saying, Killjoy Jake's the fucking king. Thank you, Rhett. You're the fucking king, dog. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I think Mindy's gonna have a fake out death. I think that would be cool, honestly. I wouldn't mind a fake out death where it's like you think someone's dead, they come back later on, they're like, hey, yeah, there you go. We kind of got that from her brother in the last one, which would be kind of a fun reversal of that. That might be fun. I dig that. Tony Revolori might be pulling a Roman. Maybe he's fake dead in the tub. That's why they decided to show that in the trailer. I don't know. I will say that that trailer was pretty safe, I mean, didn't really show too many deaths besides that one shot of Tony Revolori. So maybe it could be a fake death, like trying to get everyone to think, oh, no, actually, this is what's going on instead. Ooh. I kind of like that. G-Pal. I dig that. What else are we doing? Stu is alive. Say it loud and proud. You know what? I hope he comes back just for you, Ghostface Mace. Just for you. I hope it happens. Night Owl is saying, now that the names have been released, we know who Dermot's daughter is. Okay, did we get a last name for that? Because I must have missed that. I was a little more focused on the secret cameo, I guess. I was like, what? I also want to talk about Josh Segarra, too. I'm going to pull up that Hello Sydney article that I saw very much earlier today. But the Josh Segarra's name might be very, 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 very big hints at who the killer could be. And maybe that's just me. Maybe this is just me reading too into things. But man, tell you what, his name was something like Danny Brackett or something like that. Yeah, here we go. So Hayden Penn, I want to see Dermot's last name, though, kind of go off of that. So Josh Segarra's Danny Brackett. We're going to talk about that in a second, because that's very revealing, in my opinion. Dermot Mulroney is Detective Bailey. There we go. Okay. Cool. Detective Bailey. I dig it. And then I did not. Quinn Bailey is Liana Liberato, her daughter. Okay, so that's what it is. I had no time to research stuff today. I've been planning a lot. Lots of stuff today. Thought I'd talk with all of y'all first instead. So there you go. Okay, we know who the daughter is. Bam. Awesome. I dig it. But I will say, I glimpsed at this earlier, and I'm like, Josh Segarra is playing Danny Brackett. Now, there's two things to that. First, this could be nothing. Once again, this could be totally nothing, but I just thought I'd point it out. Danny is the name of our Ghostface in Dead by Daylight, which, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Red Right Hand, I'm gonna give you all 5 seconds to click off the stream in case you haven't seen it. Okay, anyways, if you haven't seen Red Right Hand, there you go. I'm just gonna spoil it right now. But basically, at the end of our movie, we kind of show that our killer this whole time has been Danny Johnson, the killer from Dead by Daylight, who's this like very sophisticated Ghostface, takes it very seriously, writes about his own kills and all that, and nobody knows. He's kind of like a very evil version of Clark Kent and Superman kind of thing going on there. So his name is Danny Johnson. This character's name is Danny Brackett. Brackett is also a last name from Halloween. Annie Brackett. I'm like, man, dude, if someone's gonna be the killer in this, I'm gonna be honest. I was so dead set on Dermot Mulroney for a little while now, but starting to think he might be a red herring because this is too good for something not to happen. with Josh Segarra. He's also played a character on Arrow in like season 5. I was doing a bunch of research on that because I wanted to get out one more theory video before I went on vacation, but now I don't think that's happening. I really think that I'm like dead set on this guy being the killer in this movie. They're teasing him being like this, I'm something different and all that. Sure, they do that all the time. You know, they do that all the time in these movies, advertising wise, but we actually see some of that in the trailer this time around. We see Ghostface single-handedly take the shotgun from this guy and execute him very easily, and like dodging it like he's John Wick and all that. So dude, I am dead set on Josh Segarra as our main killer this time around. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I saw that name and I'm like, listen, I already have so many reasons to be sus of this guy. Now I'm really there. So Josh Segarra is my personal number one target right now. I think Dermot might be a red herring. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. There is that scene in the trailer we get of him where he's on the phone and he's like in the shrine. So I'm almost guessing, I'm like, what if he gets left there while everyone else has to go out for some reason? And then maybe he gets a call while he's there and gets killed. I'm like, maybe that could be what it is. I'm not 100%, but that's once again just crazy theories. Something I wanted to pitch and throw out at y'all. Something I found pretty interesting. I just love this this user's name, Michael Myers Meat Rider. Let's see it. What's up, Meat Rider? Saying, did you see the new Zach Krieger movie called Weapons? I have heard about that. It sounds awesome. I talked a little bit about it at the beginning of my last Scream video. Yes, I am so excited for that. And literally anything the guy does in the future, I'm there day one. Like, man, Barbarian was so impressive. I effing loved Barbarian, man. So, like, anything he does moving forward, I am there for. This guy was also part of Whitest Kids You Know, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. Love that little comedy troupe. They do some great stuff. I put a little clip from The Jizzle, which is one of their many crazy little skits that they've done in my last video. One of my personal favorites, because it's disgusting. You know how much I like gross stuff. I mean, I bite into rats after all, so. But yeah. Do we like I like Barbarian. So a lot of people don't like Barbarian, but I do. Mastermind Killer Movie Reviews is saying cameo is definitely Kincaid at the end. That would make sense. They teased him in the last one. I'm actually totally down for a Kincaid cameo. That would be fun. That would be cool to see what he's up to. I like that theory, though. I really like that theory. But now that we know there's a surprise in there, I love seeing I've seen a lot of people say like Stu and Nev, of course. I don't think it's going to be those two. Mark Kincaid makes a lot of sense, though, because they just kind of teased him in the background a little bit during the Sydney conversation in 5. So it would kind of make sense if it was him, especially with Kirby, once again, being a very tiny, minuscule, blinker, you'll miss it detail about the last movie that is now this huge thing. So if they want to do that again with kind of another, not really a blinker, you miss it detail. If you kind of just turn your ears off for like 2 seconds, you might miss it the first time around. But I think that could be it too. Greg's got a good theory here. I like that. Saying maybe the cameo is Joel. Are we still hoping he's the twins' dads? Yes, Greg, absolutely. I am absolutely happy. I would absolutely love to see that. Dwayne Martin come back, play Joel. That would be great. Especially, you know, with it being unclear who the father is and their last name being Meeks Martin. It's like, it's all there, man. It's all there. I think that would be something that would be something really cool if we did end up doing Joel coming back. Maybe he's just like hanging out with his kids. Maybe he drops them off at school or something. I don't know, man. That would just be great. We you know, Martha stayed back in Woodsboro or whatever, you know? I don't know. Why would they drive to New York? That's like completely okay. Yeah, no, throw that out the fucking window. That's an awful theory. Maybe he comes with them on the plane. He's vibing in New York while his kids are getting almost murdered. You know, I don't know. Maybe he's going out to some fancy restaurant. He has no idea, completely oblivious to what's going on. That could be kind of funny, actually. Howard Winston saying, was that scene in Red Right Hand with the blood gushing in your face a reference to Evil Dead? It was totally inspired by Evil Dead, but not exactly like a reference. I don't really. It's a mix of a couple of things, because that's not to get too gross, but that is technically a Earth vagina as we dubbed it. So I don't. It's a lot of things. We were definitely inspired by like that scene in The Lighthouse where he's like he does that awful thing to the mermaid. I can't really say too much more here on YouTube. I gotta keep it somewhat PG-13 now, or they're just gonna shut the whole thing down. but yeah, definitely Evil Dead inspired. There's a lot of blood racing out of holes and orifices in the Evil Dead, so yes, absolutely, definitely inspired 100%. Justin, I never know how to read that, is saying, what's your thoughts on the song Leatherface? Man, I don't even remember that. I haven't seen TCM3 in so long, I couldn't even. Thoughts on the song Leatherface? There's a song called Leatherface. I gotta rewatch TCM. I've seen TCM3 once, and the only thing I remember from it is the golden chainsaw. Man, I'm sorry, Justin. I'm sorry to disappoint. I'll have to check that out. Denisha Lane is saying, hey, howdy, hey. What's up, Denisha? Welcome to the stream. And thank you for being a Killjoy cult member. I appreciate it. Give me Joel. Yes, give me Joel. The ladder will fall through, right? Oh, absolutely. Dude, someone's falling off that thing. Without a doubt, Ibrahim. Yes, and yes. Right now I'm betting on Devin Nakata because I believe she's last to go across the whole thing, and I think that might be fun. I do think there's going to be a struggle beforehand. We're going to see someone get murdered, and then she's going to go over and then do this. I saw someone say the other day, they're like, well, I think Devin Nakata is going to get stabbed before she gets over. And I'm like, that might be a little disappointing, though. I kind of want to see someone fall. I know it's it's obvious. I know it is sort of obvious, but I want to see it, though. I want to see when they cross, and hopefully someone, I don't want to say hopefully, that's fucked up. But I do want to see that. I do want to see. Listen, I want deaths in my horror movies. Is that such an evil and morbid thing to request? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm messed up. Maybe I'm effed up. Sam is saying, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of you, Sam. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to talk a little Scream for the next 2 hours or so, and then Jake is going to go see Infinity Pool. Can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun day. The Horror Noobs is saying Scream 6 ends and we never find out who the killer is until the next movie. I think that would be a really cool twist and would keep people theorizing until the next film. I'm totally down for that. I totally want to see something like that. I just hope it's we get a taste. We get a taste as to who the killer is or what their motive is entirely, with maybe some of their other accomplices getting caught or killed. But then it's revealed at the end that it's oh, there was more to this mystery than what meets the eye. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to make it too obvious that someone's getting away. I feel if that is something that happens, I want it to be something that bam, it's last minute blindsided sucker punched by something like that. I don't want to see it coming. Don't give me any hints that that's going to happen. Because that's the whole point. It's supposed to feel kind of a sucker punch. Oh, all these movies end with Ghostface taking the mask off and giving the whole speech, then somehow messing up and then getting killed. Let's be honest. That's how a lot of these movies end. Give me that same format, of course. Same format. Let's have it go through the motions of your typical Scream movie, but then have it end a little differently, a little more somber, a little more con, kind of like that movie. I'm probably the only one who got that reference. That's okay. Hey, you know what? Never mind. Never mind the Star Trek. Never mind none of that. Yes, Savage 092. I don't know if you were here or not, maybe 10 minutes ago, but I was just saying that one of our characters just got confirmed to be played by Josh Segarra, Danny Brackett. And I got a feeling that last name is fake. Halloween last name, first name matches Danny from the video games. I think they're incorporating him into this one. And you know what else is perfect about that too? We have Ghostface wearing the different mask, which is his whole, that's the whole thing. He has all these alternate costumes in Dead by Daylight. He has the devil Ghostface mask, which, believe it or not, we took inspiration from. Yes. And this is the first time in franchise history we've seen this. We've seen a Ghostface wearing a different mask. I mean, it might just be somebody's mask from the past. That's that's the big running theory, of course. But it's still different. It's still a big standout. Something all of us are kind of perplexed by what is going on here. They're clearly trying to make a statement that this Ghostface is different, but not like before. Typically in these trailers, they're I'm a different kind of breed of killer or whatnot. Okay, we've seen that happen a few times. This guy, whoever it is, we've already seen them do some crazy shit in the trailer. They look different. There's a lot more to this Ghostface than I think we're more familiar with, if that makes sense. So yes, absolutely Savage 092. I think we could be seeing ourselves some Danny Johnson in this new movie, which would make Jake so happy. Oh God, I can't even explain it. I would have goosebumps all over my body. I would be so happy. Carter Skyland Allen throwing $5 in there. Carter, I really appreciate that support. Thank you. Saying, hey, Jake, I just got done live streaming. My thoughts on the killers, survivors, and red herrings of Scream 6. I'm pretty confident on my Ghostface guesses. Nice. You want to throw them out there? Because I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious what you're thinking. Right now, I'm thinking Josh Segarra behind the zombie mask. That's what I like to call it. Zombie. Our flaky boy. Our flaky boy. I'm saying Josh Segarra. I have no idea, but what do I know? Who knows who it could actually be? But Carter, I really appreciate the $5. You get yourself the first beanie, which today we're doing anime first because Jake likes to be a weeb sometimes. I've been watching Cowboy Bebop again, so there you go. I should be watching The Last of Us. I got to get on that, but I don't know, man. I want to watch that too. I love that. Love the game. So, but hell yeah, dude. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm glad you're confident in your guesses. Right now, like I said, Josh Segarra, man, it's my leading theory. I love it, Carter. Thanks for the $5, dude. I appreciate that. Carter's also throwing $2 in there saying, who is your top 3 guesses for killers? Nice. Great question. Right now, I'm saying Josh Segarra. I think Dermot Mulroney is definitely number 2 for me. I think here's the thing. Like after watching the trailer more, I'm like, we get this scene of him where it's like this fast-paced little pan and he's on the phone with somebody. I'm like, dude, that's totally a Ghostface call. And I have this feeling that, he's a cop. Maybe he's there, he's hanging out at this shrine, he's holding down the fort, he gets left alone, and then what happens? His phone rings. I mean, kind of seems like a perfect way to get for Ghostface to like get ahead on our survivors, essentially, who kind of maybe already knows what the plan is to bring everybody in there. But maybe that's also works with Ghostface's plan this time around too. So Dermot is still number 2 for me, but I have a feeling that sequence is going to be a cool phone call sequence, but who knows? I could be totally wrong. I hope I'm wrong, actually. I kind of like the idea of Dermot Mulroney being the killer, oddly enough. But I do want to, man, I'm dead set on Josh at this point. Like I'm like 90% Mr. Josh is our killer this time around. But I don't know. This guy does look kind of sus, I'll tell you what, but he is on the phone. He looks kind of freaked out. Maybe he's getting a call from Ghostface too. I feel like he's going to be a red herring one way or the other. But number 3, man, I mean, the only other person that could do what I'm seeing from Ghostface already is Kirby, which I know some people don't like, but I think that would be shocking. I think it would be pretty surprising if we did that. So number 3 is Kirby for me, honestly, is our main killer. Accomplices, I'm still not, like, I got nothing. Like, accomplices are a little harder to spot. But right now, I'm with you on... Well, I guess I don't know your opinion, but what I just said, those are my top 3. Maybe those are some bad choices. I like them though. That's what I'm thinking. Carter, I do really appreciate both your super chats. Thank you. Mar's also throwing 99 cents in there as well. Mar, thank you. Saying, could you please go back and read my Mindy and Devin observation? Yes, absolutely. If I can find it. She gets. I feel like there's more to that, my friend. I don't know. She does get stabbed before she goes over because when you zoomed in, you can see her hand bleeding. Devin. So then maybe she's the last one to escape. Maybe she's the last one to get over there, and then I just like. I would almost be a little disappointed if someone doesn't die on the ladder. You know what I mean? In that scene, like, no one's gonna die falling off that ladder. Come on. I don't know. I feel like that's perfect setup for a kill. I don't even care if it's obvious. I want it. I want to see it. I want to see Ghostface do this with the ladder, and someone's like, oh God, oh geez. That's the last thing they say before they fall to their death is, oh God. Mastermind killer movie reviews. My bad. Throwing $5 in there. Thank you for the super chat. Saying the trailer scene where the group enters the shrine is not an elevator, rather a staircase. Also, someone is hidden behind Dermot with brown hair. Who? I think the person standing behind Dermot is Jack Champion. I saw that too. It looks like fuzzier longer hair, and we saw a shot of him in the trailer earlier where he was kind of rocking the same do, as they say. who they are, who says that still, I don't know, but I do, I guess. I guess that's me, unfortunately. But that's a staircase, because when I saw it, immediately, the first time I saw that, I was thinking to myself, man, this is the Child's Play elevator. Like, that was, I don't know, first thing I thought about when I saw that. Child's Play elevator, but maybe not. Maybe it is a staircase. Just a reference here. I don't know. I mean, it looks like Gale is like hitting something. She's like swiping a key card or something, and it's like about to take her up. And there's gonna be some like mechanical noises. Some you like my sound effects there? I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. But maybe stairs. I don't know. I'm not seeing any stairs in that shot, though. It's tough to say. But I do think Jack Champion is behind him, to answer your question. But once again, just my theory. Why they're keeping this character such a secret, though, I will say that is pretty weird. I believe some people have spotted him on the subway car too, and it's like, why do we just not care about this character? What's going on here? Is he just a side character? Is he not really important, or is he our accomplice to Ghostface? Ooh, I don't know. I just like to do this when I say something mysterious. Ooh, I like it. Thanks for the $5. I appreciate that. Warren John's throwing $5 in there too. Thank you. Wanted to show some love. Oh, I appreciate it so much. All the love back at you, Warren. Thank you. You're great, and thanks. Not relevant, but Aaron Kruger, writer of Scream 3, got an Oscar nom. Feels like a win for us, Scream. Oh, no way. I didn't even notice that. Awesome. I wonder what for. Dude, that's awesome. Good for him. Guy also wrote The Ring. Good stuff. I want to see what he got a nom for. Oh, Top Gun. What? He wrote Top Gun Maverick? I didn't know that. Dude, no way, man. Okay. Hell yeah. Good for him, man. Yeah, I did not know that. Until bringing that up. Nice, dude. Awesome. Good stuff. Warren, thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate that a whole lot. Congrats to Mr. Aaron Kruger. Good stuff. Us Scream 3 fans should be rejoicing out here. Good stuff, man. I love it, man. Logan C is saying, yikes, I have a lot to watch. My list has 150 plus movies now. Oh my God. Also, are you ever gonna do a Blu-ray collection video? I keep getting asked this, Logan. I gotta, you know what, the moment I come back and I'm done with the things I need to do, which I can't tell y'all about. Top secret information. Lips are sealed. When I come back, I think I might do that. I might do a little video on all this. I just got these right. I can't point. I'm terrible at this. I got these right here, the Paranormal Activity box set. I'd love to show that off too. It's fucking sick too. I got it for like super cheap. It's got like a dent in it on the top or whatever. I don't care. Like, I got it for like $30 and it was like usually 50 or something. I was like, okay, hey, that's not bad. It's not bad. So I'd love to go through that and show it. It's probably, I've seen, I saw a picture today of someone whose collection is like their entire wall in like this room. It's ridiculous. So it's nothing that crazy. But eventually I'll talk about some of my stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Movie fan 123 is saying, I'm thinking the killer will be Detective Bailey because the old mask would probably be in the evidence room and he's a cop, so it makes sense. Also, no one will replace Dewey Riley. I mean, you know, you're right. I don't think that's the goal with this character, because I think if they had Dermot Mulroney, I've been talking so much about him potentially being a killer. I just wanted to focus on this for a second. I think we've talked about this a lot in the past. I remember when he got announced as being a cop, he kind of spilled the beans in an interview. My immediate thought was, I really hope they're not replacing Dewey, but after seeing like every shot of him in the trailer or just like these photos that we got from like Entertainment Weekly, they all make him look like he's a very stern cop who's maybe more similar to Mark Kincaid than Dewey personally. Because like I brought this up in a video recently where I was talking a little bit about how Dewey kind of fumbles around and bumbles. You know, he's not the best cop ever, but he does his best. You know, he tries. He keeps trying. He never gives up. And I appreciate about him as a character. It's great. But we do see him make a lot of mistakes and almost die, come into an inch of his life many times throughout Screams 1 through 4. Mark Kincaid's a little more sophisticated and all that. So I'm kind of hoping to see that from Dermot Mulroney, because I feel like if they try to give us another goofy cop character, it's like, maybe a little too soon for that. You know what I mean? No one's going to replace Dewey Riley. David Arquette is a treasure to society, and unfortunately we don't respect him that way sometimes, which makes me a big old sad boy, just like Kevin Williamson right now. But hey, you know what? we're not gonna get into that because, oh my God, that's a whole can of worms I don't even want to talk about. But yes, I do totally feel you on the suspicion with his character. They've never really made a cop character a killer, so why not do that for once? Maybe the guy working with them is actually the killer the whole time. I love that movie, fan. I think that would actually be pretty sick, pretty unexpected for them to finally do something like that. So let's see it. Let's see it. Carter saying, I think the mastermind is Henry Zerny. The accomplices are Josh and Devin. Yo, are you seeing an infinity pool tonight? Yes, I am. I have one more hour. Same pretty much. I'm seeing it at like 7-ish. I can't wait. I can't. The moment I got out of Possessor in 2020, which I had to go in the middle of the pandemic, had to go to this theater like an hour and a half away. I was all like masked up and like covered like hand sanitizer every 2 seconds, terrified I was gonna get sick, but I had to see that movie. Man, Possessor was so good, like so unbelievably good. It blew me away. I expect nothing less from this one. And not that Possessor has a bad cast or anything, but Infinity Pool's got a pretty stacked lineup here. I mean, oh my God, Mia Goth in another horror film. Okay, I'm there no matter what. Even if it wasn't Brandon Cronenberg, I'm there for Mia Goth. And also Alexander Skarsgård's gonna be the lead in it. I think it's gonna be incredible, man. I can't remember the other girl, but she's also like super famous too. She seems like she's gonna be giving a great performance. I can't wait to see it. And I'm going into that one pretty much blind. I don't really know too much about it. I've just seen the trailers. That's how I like to watch some of these movies. The weirder ones I like to go into blind. I guess the bigger studio movies I like to just really gnaw on all this stuff. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just weird like that. Leonardo DiCaprio is here saying Stu is the killer. Sorry, not sorry. That's okay, you know? Keep theorizing it, because I think they'll never confirm whether or not he is alive or dead in these movies, because it's a big theory. Why would you shoot yourself in the foot like that? You know, like we're never gonna confirm it. It's always gonna be a thing in the back of people's minds, and all they have to do is stand back and do nothing about it. I mean, it's genius. It's genius on their parts. So keep the theories coming. I love it. I love it, Leonardo DiCaprio, and almost as much as I love your screen name. But I almost don't love anything that much. I love your screen name so much it cracks me up every time I see it. It brightens my day to know that there's a Leonardo DiCaprio out there. Dolphins Forever say, Jake, I've been waiting for this stream. Love yours always. You always entertain me. Thank you. You always have something to talk about. You're my favorite YouTuber right now. Thanks, dude. And do you think about the Stu theory with all the? What do you think about all the Stu coming back, leading a cult of people? Maybe he's the one on our Reddit thread, controlling all these stab fans to start killing people again. You know, it's one of those things where, like, if Stu comes back, I want him to come back to kill Sidney Prescott. Like, I want him to come back and get revenge after the events of Scream 1. And I would almost would rather do that in, like, a direct continuation to just the first movie to make it a little more personal. I don't know. That's what I want from the whole Stu thing. And I feel like if we do that now in something where it doesn't really feel like we're setting up a big reveal of something from the past coming back, then it just might feel unwarranted. It might feel like it's out of place. So me personally, that's like, if I'm not against Stu coming back. I just think you got to do it in the right frame. You can't do it in one of these movies where it's just like 27, 28 plus years or something later into the future past the original, and there's never been any explanation about him being in prison or something. That's what I need. That's what I need for my stewinces to work. That's not a word at all, but you guys get what I'm saying. I want to see Stu come back in a direct continuation to the original that's all about Sidney Prescott, new timeline and all that. Then Stu can come back. Cool. Then you can explain some stuff about where he's been the whole time. But man, I mean, I would need a third act that's like 3 hours long just explaining where this guy's been. And like, I feel like if they were to do that, it would just be, no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't explain any of it. Stu just comes back and he just shows up. That's my thing. I don't want to. I'm just not as into it. But I'm so glad that everybody else is very excited about it, because I get more comments about Stu than I do the actual subject matter of said video I post. Like it's almost like I should just talk about Stu every single day. It's awesome. I'm just so glad this is a beloved character. I just, man, it's awesome. Stu's a great character, man. I can't argue with that. What else do we got? What else do we got here, though? What's your thoughts on a Scream movie where Ghostface wins and there's no survivors, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel? Yes. On Final Destination 5, I think it's a pretty cool idea with no survivors. So this is really tough, because I think like 9 out of 10 franchises, I'm like, yes, do this movie where the killer wins. I would love to see a new Friday the 13th where that happens, like a modern day Friday the 13th where just Jason slaughters everybody, no mercy. Like it's over with. That's what I'm kind of hoping for from the new Friday the 13th. But Scream, I feel a little differently. It's weird. I don't think I don't want Gail. I especially don't want Gail to die in this movie. But I do want this to be a bloodbath. I want there to be an upsetting kill. But I think with something like Scream, where a big focus, a big draw to come back to each sequel is that, yes, we always have these, we get to revisit these characters, see what they're doing in their lives now at this point in their lives, at like totally different area. I don't think I want that from a Scream movie, unless we're gonna start dipping into different timelines and shit, like the Halloween franchise. Like that, in that case, okay. But right now we are pretty dead set on this one timeline. We don't want to go this way or that way. We don't want to do that. We want to keep the story going, and I appreciate Scream for that. I love it. But I think if some filmmaker is gonna come along who wants to do the Stu thing, who wants to do something like this, I say just start a new timeline, and that's fine. Like that's not that big of a deal. I love some of the other crazy timelines in the Halloween franchise, for instance. So if we were to do that here, I'm not opposed to it. It's gonna start, like, if we do Scream 6, everyone dies, restarts. Like I don't know. It's almost like, is that the end of the story? I feel like that's kind of the message you're sending in a franchise like this. I feel the same way about like the Child's Play franchise. Like if they just killed everybody, what would, like, that is the only way, that in my opinion is the last nail in the coffin for one of these franchises that has had this long running story for years and years and years. Then if you kill everybody, then I feel like what else is there to tell? There's no more story. Something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or like Friday the 13th, even Halloween, I would kind of rope into this, even though, you know, Laurie Strode's a pretty consistent character in a lot of those different timelines. Those, okay, you can have a dark ending, and we can have a new movie in 5 years after that with brand new characters, of course. That's how most of these franchises go. But I'm gonna say, like with Scream, I'm like, we should have at least one person live through this one, is what I'm thinking. But once again, different timeline and all that change, that flips the whole script. That flips the whole. It's a tough spot. It's a tough spot for old Jake. The Crystal Lake series seems interesting. I'm open-minded to it. Snipes. Open-minded to it. I'm worried, but I'm going into it with, I'm excited for it. I'm gonna stay excited for it until I see it and Jason isn't in it. So that's where I'm at mentally with it. But hopefully it's good. I want it to be good. Mara's saying, TBH, I want a kill count that's like 16 or 18. Yeah, I do want a lot of people, like, I don't want this to be a fun Scream movie, though. Like, I kind of want this to be dark. I want this to be a little upsetting. Let's change it up. I've always loved how most like, I've said this before, I know, but like, I love how most franchises get cheesier or cornier as they go along. Scream's kind of going the exact opposite way, and I think that is so interesting to me. Like, I'm not saying these movies are like, oh, these are super, super corny, cheesy movies, but they definitely lean into that a little more, but it's just enough where it's not too much. Like Scream 4 and Scream 3 are maybe the only two that sometimes lean a little too much into it, but still love both of those movies. I love that now 5 got a little dark, like a teeny tiny bit darker. I'm like, okay. 6 now looks like it's just diving headfirst into the darkness pool. Infinity Pool, will you? There you go. Go watch Infinity Pool this weekend. That's your homework, everybody. Everyone's got to go watch that movie. That is y'all's homework. Go watch that. I'm gonna post a little short or something talking about it because I'm not gonna be able to make a video. But I do want to kind of give my thoughts on it. Maybe I'll do like a little short on my phone or something. Something. I don't know. High body counts, I hope. Yes. Sarah is here. What's up, Sarah? Welcome. Carter's saying to go back to his kill count comment. Got to talk a little bit about that. Kill count guess, I'm guessing 18 to 23. Oh my God. I genuinely don't think too many people are getting out of this one alive. Like, we had a lot of people get through the last one to kind of set up this movie, is how I see it, at least. Like, that's why we got our Meeks Martins back. That's why we got both of our Carpenter sisters. This time around, it's not, I don't think. Man, I don't see too many people living through this one. I see like 3 people in total living through it. It's not gonna be fun for too many people. Listen, and I know we want another comfy, cozy Scream film where it's all fine at the end, everyone's chilling. But I want them to stand out. I want them to do something really dark with this one. Make it messed up. Make me kind of go, oh God, dear Lord. 3 survivors. Yeah, I think 3 survivors, man. I'm going with that. I feel like this is gonna be even more upsetting than the last one. I think a lot of us are still very upset and have not gotten over the loss of Dewey, and I feel like it might be even worse this time around. But let's see it, man. Let's see some messed up shit. That's what I say. Ridiculous, with the most legendary profile picture I've ever seen, is saying, I'm hoping for a kill that actually surprises me, like I'm betting on Jenna Ortega not surviving. I could see that happening too. I think they might actually kill her. And I've seen a lot of people who are like, man, that just, I don't know, that's like their biggest star right now. Why would they do that? Same situation for Scream 1. Like, the exact same situation. Like, oh my God, they got Drew Barrymore to be in this movie and they kill her in the first 10 minutes. Like, man, go for it. I say go for it. It would not be unlike this franchise to do that again 25 plus years later now. How wild. I think it would be wild. I would so be there for that. Extron Gaming is saying, what will the rules be in Scream 6? I mean, don't we all know... Don't we know all the horror movie rules at this point? I couldn't read that correctly for the life of me. I'm assuming that's not your fault, Extron. That's me being dyslexic, probably. And he's also saying, I'm assuming, though, they will have commentary on movies like Halloween Kills that get more gory and so forth. More gory and brutal. There we go. No, I do feel that. I do feel that we'll have a little bit of that in there. I'm hoping for some commentary on just the idea of how we make movies based off of like real true crime and all that. We're seeing that a lot of that I feel like is pretty relevant to today. And I'm seeing little bits and pieces and hints at something along those lines. I'm kind of hoping for that here. I'm kind of hoping to see something like that. Fingers crossed, at least. I think that would kind of be a cool bit of commentary. I've been getting a lot of comments, though. I also saw Beyond the Mask did a really good video on this, talking a little bit about how there's not really too much horror commentary, not too much meta commentary in that trailer. And once again, that's just the trailer. I mean, that is 2 minutes, a 2-minute little clip show of some stuff from the upcoming movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's not... This is a weird thing to say, but bear with me here. I feel like trailers aren't necessarily 100% representative of the movies that they're from, if that makes sense. Like, trailers are meant to build hype and get people in theater seats. You know what I mean? That's why those are put out. Not to be like, hey, here's the exact vibe of this movie. Like, maybe that's what we all think trailers are, but the truth is they're to build excitement for any movie. Like, you give me the worst movie ever, I'll make you a trailer for it that will get people to want to watch it. The Room. How about Tommy Wiseau's The Room, man? We can make a trailer for that makes it look like it's gonna be the next like A-lister awesome fucking drama movie that's coming out or something, and then it's, you know, The Room. If y'all have seen that, it's something else. So I think that's I don't trust trailers, I guess is my point. I don't trust them. I feel like there's more to Scream 6 than what meets the eye, and I'm excited to see all of those things finally on March 10th, baby. Let's go. I need more Ghostface in my life. Ugh. We still got like a whole month, and man, I'm like, I got February now on my calendar over here, and it's just like it's gonna feel like the longest month. It really is. And then 10 days of March, man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough for old Jake. I might lose my mind. Just thinking about this movie so much. Trailers are meant to excite pre-existing fans and lure in new fans. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't trust them. I don't trust no trailer. I might compliment a trailer and say, this looks pretty good. Okay, but I don't trust them. I'll tell you that much. As Yet Untitled is saying, I think we will have more kills to random people to build up the death count for Ghostface or the cult. I do think that too. Yes, I do agree there. Cult of Ghostface, but I think we will get 4 kills. That will be shocking ones. Okay. Yeah. I agree with you there. I could totally see that being the case. I think a lot of the new people will die, and then maybe like a couple where we're like, oh God, I can't believe they did that. I mean, I remember Dewey's death was so shocking, and like, I'm not saying that was like a boring part of the movie or anything, but it was like, okay, this is the middle part of the movie. You know, I'm not really expecting any big reveals or anything. We're setting up the third act at this point, and then they go and kill Dewey, and you're like, oh my, jeez. I hope that's not a spoiler for some of y'all. I hope y'all have seen Scream 5. But man, that was insane. That was totally nuts. Slasher in Suits is saying, awesome stream, dude. Thanks for being here, Brian. I appreciate it. My guess is Sam is being pushed to be Ghostface by the cult. So yeah, Psycho 2. Okay, there we go. But she doesn't commit to it. New characters are the cult. I could see that being the case. It's like, oh, they want her to be there because she's Billy Loomis's daughter. They're super obsessed with all of this. That makes sense. Maybe instead of killing Sam, it's more of like an obsession over her because of who she is. That great motive, very great motive, very different. Not your same old. I like that, Brian. I dig it. I don't want same old. You know, I don't want someone coming out here being like, you killed my good boy, Richie Kerr. She was a good boy. I don't want to see that. I've seen that already. It was okay when they did it. Let's be honest. Some of y'all love Debbie Salt. All the respect to you, but it's just fine. It's just fine. Just fine as a third act. Love me some more. I want to see some crazy shit coming out of nowhere. Some people with some absolutely insane motives for some just dog shit, crazy reason to want to go and kill somebody. Not just your same old revenge plot, I guess. I want to see someone like actually like have something where they're explaining it to you, and you kind of reel back in your seat a little bit because of how crazy the shit that's coming out of their mouth is. Like, if someone comes out and just says, I want revenge on you because you're Billy Loomis's daughter, and I don't like that. Okay, like, I've seen that in 3 of these movies. Okay, all right. Let's do something else. Man. Austin is saying, my motive theory is that the killers, Hayden, Josh, and Leon. Oh, wow. Okay. I like it. 3 killers. We could be doing 3 killers here. I'm not ruling out nothing from that very vague trailer. Love it. These killers are obsessed with true crime, and they try to pin the murder on Sam and either succeed or get very, very close. One of the killers even gets away. I could see that being the case too. I'm so not against 3 killers. Like, I really think that could be fun. Three killers would be so different too, but I need a reason for it. You know, like, I don't want them to just be like, haha, 3. There's 3 of us. Give me a reason for that third killer. Like, I want to see a new dynamic between the ghost faces. If you're gonna do that, lean into it a little more. You know, I'm like, oh, why do we have this third person here? Like, what is their edge to it? What do they bring to the table? Show me how every single character brings something to the table. Most of these movies, I think, do a pretty good job at that. But if we're gonna go 3, we got to put an even bigger focus on that. I think about what every Ghostface's role is and in different things. There's different things going on with Ghostface this time around. That's like, this doesn't make sense. Why would this happen this way? You know what I mean? If it's just 2 people, like, there's more to it. You know, maybe it's not so obvious that it's 3 people right away, but there's just so much going on during this specific slaughter that it would just render, yes, okay, a third person would make this a lot easier to write. Debbie Salt slander. I know. How dare I say that? Man. Jeez. TJ is saying 3 killers, 100%. The scene with Tara and Sam, that back-to-back, 2 are in front of Sam. She has her arm pointed to her right, while 1 is in front and 1 behind her with Tara. Oh, okay. That would be so fucking awesome. Oh my god. Man, that would be so cool. So cool to see them cornered by like 3 ghost faces. Well, one of my biggest fears, and I think one of the reasons I love zombie movies so much, is like getting cornered by like a bunch of entities is just terrifying to me. So the idea of having like 3 ghost faces corner you, back you up into a corner, that's fucking terrifying. Or into a middle of a room in this situation. Still super fucking scary. Love it, TJ. I love it. Almost as much as I love your profile picture, which is hellfire and demons. I love it. Love me a good demon. I did see the new Kevin Williamson interview. Yes, so I kind of talked about it in my video today. Lots of stuff going on there. Guy talked about a lot of very interesting things. I love him. Love Kevin. He's awesome. What would we do without him? What would we do without him? Austin saying it'd be funny if 2 killers really dislike each other and don't get along. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. So even if this ghost face is super sophisticated, knows what he or she is doing, if their emotional side gets in the way of things with yet another killer, that's different. We haven't necessarily 100% see that be like the fault of the killers. Like we've seen them fight. Like we've seen Stu and Billy fight in the original. We're done and past that. Okay, we've seen them bicker a little bit, but I want to see them actually like get into a knives are out. Oh no, we're fighting. Like we're going to the death. Kind of fight. 2 ghost faces going at it. And why not? Why not do something like that? That would be insane. That would be wild. To have 2 ghost faces fighting while like the survivors are just like, well, fuck me. God damn it. This is Alien versus Predator with ghost face and ghost face here. And I'm caught in the middle of it. I don't like it. What else do we got here? Have I seen Smile? I just rewatched it the other night. I love that movie. I heavily regret not putting that on my top 10 list. Like, I think it would easily be on my top 10 list if I would have watched it again. I only watched it once, and when I walked out the first time, I was impressed. I was like, that was a really good movie. I really enjoyed that. Super scary. Had a great time with it. I genuinely think that I was just in the mindset of, I just watched a great The Conjuring flick. I just watched a great like new Insidious movie. That's kind of where my mindset was with it. But watching it again, I'm like, I think it's even like it elevates even that. Like I'm like, the writing here is amazing. The scary shit is like top notch. Very Sam Raimi inspired. A lot of things going on in that movie that I really like. It's moved up a lot in my personal rankings from last year. So killer movie. I really liked it. Like scares the hell out of me every time I watch it too. Ooh. Slasher in Suits does some kill counts, by the way, that are pretty awesome. I'm excited to see the Infinity Pool one after I watch it this weekend, and I do want to see Fear at some point. I know that's out tonight, I believe. I'm not gonna have time to watch it, but I'm gonna watch that at some point. Hopefully next week. I would love to do a review of that too. That looks insane, so I'm excited for that. But Infinity Pool's got to come first. I love me some Cronenberg. I'm there day one for those directors. If it's Brandon or David, love them both. Love them both. So I can't wait for Infinity Pool, dude. Oh, couple hours. That's like top 5, one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year for me too. So I'm just so excited. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Making crazy noises. That's how excited I am. I can't even like fathom. I can't even put into words. Renan is saying, I'd much rather see Angelina come back and reveal that she was helping Roman rather than seeing Stu back. It would make more sense, but I'm not sure what her reason could be after all these years. Yeah, that's kind of my issue with it too. And you know, they kind of make fun of the sequels a little bit in Scream 5, which I think is pretty interesting. There's this line from Mindy where she's like talking about the inferior sequels or something like that. And obviously it's a joke. They're making fun of themselves. But in that same thought, though, I almost feel like bringing back a character from Scream 3, a movie that maybe 60% of your audience has seen going into this, because don't forget, general audiences are watching this. Some people are just want to go see a new horror movie when it comes out in 2 months. They might be completely confused if you were to have Angelina come on screen and be like, remember me from the last movie? Yeah, I don't know. It would be tough to do that, although I do find it fascinating. What a great way to honor Wes Craven too, who probably most likely wanted this character to be the second killer, but the studio was just like, nah, don't do that for whatever reason. I don't know, but I do find that fascinating to maybe do that, soft confirm it in the background, maybe just don't make it the focus of an entire movie is my thoughts. But I do like that idea. I'm not against Angelina coming back because it works with the timeline. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would ever be the focus of an entire movie, but you could totally write that into a script somehow. That's like, some woman gets arrested for whatever, and she's also convicted of crimes from 2000. You know, and you could have your characters kind of explain it a little bit, as long as it's not like her big villain speech at the end, where some things may feel out of context for people who simply haven't seen the other movies. You know. But I love it. I really dig that idea. What else were we talking about? What trailer did you like more, or which one did you think was more terrifying? Evil Dead Rise. Oh, Terrifier or Evil Dead Rise. Oh, I got you. What did I like more? Terrifier 2's trailer was fantastic. Like that I know it came out all the way back in 2020, but that had some big hype around it for me. I was really pumped for that one. Evil Dead Rise's trailer, though, that has me really excited, just because I fucking love the Evil Dead franchise. Like, Scream and Evil Dead, two absolute favorite franchises for sure. So like, I'm so excited. This is gonna maybe be one of my favorite years for horror, because I got two baby. Evil Dead Rise, Scream 6 coming out this year. Jake could not be more excited. So I can't wait for that. I'm counting the days until Evil Dead Rise 2. That's going to be another big one for me. A lot of the big ones that I'm excited for are like the next couple of months. Like, we got Infinity Pool. I'm really pumped for Scream 6. I'm really pumped for Evil Dead Rise. I'm actually really excited for Insidious 5. I don't know, kind of a continuation off of 1 and 2 a little more, opposed to the prequels. And Saw X. Like, Saw X absolutely is up there for me too. I'm a reformed Saw fan now. I used to not love the storyline, but man, tell you what, you watch those movies in sequential order, and I just never really did that. I would always like just jump around in the franchise, and you kind of like go through it and you're like, oh, okay, there's a very clear story that they're setting up here, but if you just watch them out of order, it gets really confusing. Going back to my Angelina point, there you go. See how we tie all of it together? That's always fun. Is the secret ooh, that's actually a good theory. Secret cameo in Scream 6. Could it be Heather Langenkamp, our final girl from another Wes Craven franchise, coming in to the Scream franchise? I'm not against that at all. That would be sick. She was amazing in The Midnight Club as a most recent to something that I like, most recent as to what I saw her in. I don't know if she's in anything else recently, but she was great in that. I would love to see her in Scream 6. That would be awesome. Just showing up for something like, oh my God, could you imagine like a whole Scream trilogy focused on like a brand new character played by Heather Langenkamp too? Like, that could be kind of cool. That might be a lot though. I mean, maybe she's more of a side character at this point, but I love Heather Langenkamp. She's incredible. She's such a talented actress. I would love to see her come into the Scream movies. How cool would that be? That would be awesome. Clam Baked is saying it is Stu. Matthew told. Oh, well, see, Matthew told you. See, okay. I hope it is. I honestly, with how many people want it to happen, I'm like, I'm outnumbered here. I'm outnumbered here. Let's just have it happen at this point. Let's just get it out of the way. let's do the stew. Let's do the stew like it's a dance move, and let's move on. Let's get it out of our system. Vanessa, I think it's just Vanessa, right? If I'm butchering that, I'm sorry. Is saying, I believe and hope it's Stu. Well, hell yeah. All the power to you. I'm so sorry. I'm going to butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Elohim, maybe? Saying, I think the killers are Josh, Hayden, and Jenna. What do you think? I like that. I like that a lot. I really am pretty suspicious of, very much so, two of those people. Josh Segarra is number one on my list right now. I got to take a sip of water because it's been an hour and I've been flapping my gums, and old Jake gets dry. But yeah, so Josh, I'm very suspicious of. Hayden Kirby could be the killer, man. I'm not ruling it out. And Jenna Ortega though, I really think Jenna's gonna be a kill. It's gonna be tough to make her. It's gonna be tough to explain how she turned Ghostface so quickly from the last movie. So I'm pretty dead set on Josh though. I totally agree with you there. Kirby's up in the air for me, but I think she has reason to she has a reason to go Ghostface and kill people, I think. Especially if she's like one of those people where now she's in the mindset of, I got to take the law into my own hands. There's certain things going on here that like just my jurisdiction has no power over at this point. I think absolutely she could be the killer in this new one. If there's no substantial evidence that works with her own personal theories on what's going on, even though there's really no factual evidence to back that up, that could be the case. I'm not against Kirby being the killer at all. So, what are your thoughts on? Bubba is asking, what are your thoughts on Jill being alive and being Ghostface in Scream 6? I don't think it's the same case for Jill as for Angelina. This is really tough for me because I love the idea of Jill Roberts coming back at some point, but she's very dead. My thing about Stu is like, it's been so many years. There's so much you'd have to explain. Jill, on the other hand, I feel like at this point you could still kind of work something out to make it make sense. I don't think they're gonna do that. Like almost, I'm pretty like, yeah, no, that ship has sailed. But I think the big reason I lean towards wanting Jill back a little more opposed to somebody like Stu is because they did have a whole story for Jill. They did have a whole story that would have spanned a trilogy. And that just never happened, unfortunately, because Scream 4 totally bombed, which sucks because it's an incredible sequel. Maybe my favorite. I watched it again today. I've watched it twice this week, and I'm like, man, this movie's good. Like, I don't know, man. I'm really hot on Scream 4, I guess. It kicks every time I watch it. It kicks ass. It kicks ass. It's always a good watch. But could Jill come back? My heart says yes, but my brain says no. I would love to see Jill come back. Emma Roberts is one of my favorite Ghostface killers. But I don't know if it would make sense. Kind of my same route with Stu. Like, I love Stu. He's awesome. But I just don't know if it would actually make sense or if it would work with a new plot. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be the person to write that because there's people who immediately out the gate, I got to take a sip of water. I don't know what's going on. Man, old Jake. Having some throat problems. Today, I am not the throat goat as I'm usually called. But yeah, no. Well, basically, what I'm saying though is I would love to see these characters come back. They're great in their own respective films, but I'm just not seeing it happen here. I also feel like it takes away from what is so fun about this franchise, which is guessing a new killer every single time. These brand new characters who we're not super familiar with. Like, if you go into a game of Clue and you already know that, let's say Jerry killed somebody 5 years ago. Okay, yeah, it's Jerry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The only way they could throw these characters into the mix is if they sucker punch us with a reveal of, oh, it was me the whole time. None of your friends were actually the killers. It's like, okay, well, I almost feel like you're wasting my time as an audience member now if you make someone from the past the killer. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I want to be looking for this character. I want to have the ability to guess that I'm right. You know what I mean? I want there to be some kind of clue that I'm like, oh, it's Josh Segarra for this reason. Like, his name is Danny Brackett right now. Feel like that's a pretty good reason for him to, you know, I'm like, okay, that's a killer name right there, Brackett, going back to Halloween, little reference. And also named Danny after our Dead by Daylight killer. So I think that would be fun. I feel like you take all the fun out of that if you bring back a dead killer. Me personally. That's maybe my like number one. That's like my number one thing about it. Legion is throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, Legion. Saying the whole cult thing, what if all the past killers came back to don the robes? All of them. None of them are dead. They were all cryogenically frozen in time. Just before their deaths, too. That would be fucking insane. Like, that would be insane. I would be like, what is happening right now? They're just throwing shit at the wall and everything. Like, not even hoping it sticks. Like, they're just whipping baseballs at a drywall wall at this point if we start doing stuff like that. But I do love the set piece, man. Like, all 9 of the Ghostface robes and like that circle, super creepy. It's gonna make for a great third act setting, which I don't even need to theorize. Like, if that's not the third act setting, y'all missed something. Y'all made a mistake. if that ain't the third act setting. So that's going to be incredible, man. I cannot wait to see all of that in action and all the little Easter eggs that I'm sure we haven't even scratched the surface of. We just got a few shots of that, man. There's so much more to that room that I bet we haven't even seen yet. So Legion, thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate it. That's, oh my God. One of my favorite parts of that trailer is that scene, like literally just that set piece. I'm like, I'm here for that, man. That's going to be kick ass. Holy crap. Oh, Hannah's saying, I don't understand how Jill could come back. I mean, she got shot in the heart and blood literally came out, and I don't understand how she could survive. After Stu getting his head crushed on the TV, I'm the same way, Hannah. But I'm just being silly. People are gonna start freaking out if I start saying certain things. Man. I don't want a Stu train, but Jill survived electrocution, but I never saw Cotton get wheeled off dead. What would Cotton's motive be though if he was a killer? Why, like, I thought the whole thing about him was to make him like a red herring in 2. That was the whole point of his character. I feel like that's the only reason they even brought him back in 2. It's like, oh, we need a red herring for this film, and we got one. we got one big red herring for the whole movie. All right, hey, hell yeah, man. I guess Derek is a little suspicious, especially like towards the end, but I'm not thinking that the guy that just did a musical number is about to go Ghostface. Maybe that's just me, but character does a musical number. Yeah, they're not a killer. They're crazy, but they're not a killer. Musical number right in the middle of lunch. Oh, that's something. Kathy is saying Josh's character might be the killer because he might be ex-military, and he says I'm something different because he is trained and not just a high school student. I'm right there with you, Kathy. I'm looking at the names. So these just got released today. If you guys missed this, I saw a few people saying, wait, I thought his name was David. So Josh Segarra's name in the film is going to be Danny Brackett now. This was recently released, as well as, I'll just go through the list. Fuck it, for some of y'all who haven't seen it yet. So Courtney Cox is Gail Weathers. Obviously, Dermot Mulroney will be Detective Bailey. Devin Nakata will be Anika. Hayden Panettiere, Kirby Reed, of course. Henry Zerny is Dr. Christopher Stone, which sounds a little too formal to me. I don't like that, man. Christopher Stone might be a mastermind killer. I don't know. He's definitely suspicious for me too. Jack Champion is Ethan Landry. Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mindy Meeks Martin, Jen Ortega, Tara Carpenter, Josh Segarra, which is tough for me to say for some reason. Danny Brackett, Liana Liberato as Quinn Bailey, so that is Detective Bailey's daughter. Mason Gooding as Chad, of course. Melissa, Sam, Roger L. Jackson, the voice. Samara Weaving is Laura, and a secret unrevealed cameo. Ooh, what could that be? Secrets. I'm excited to find them out. Let me tell you. And also Thomas Cadro as Brooks and Tony Revolori as a Jason Carvey. So, yeah, lots of crazy names. Lots of crazy names out there, man. I'm really expecting something crazy. I'm expecting something really fun from this movie, and I'm definitely expecting one of those characters to be the killer. Just me though. Oh, this is a good question, Michael. Who was more easy to guess as a killer, Stu or Charlie? Oh, see that's like I was saying earlier. I think that the accomplices are a little harder to spot than your main killer. So both of these I feel like aren't as easy. Stu kind of gives it away at the video store, I would say. I think Stu kind of gives it away that him and Billy are the killers, but Charlie, there's a few moments with Charlie where I'm like, oh, okay. Something I noticed in Scream 4 today that, like, I don't know why I just never really picked up on this, but when everyone's getting the like texts that like, oh shit, our friends died, like right towards the beginning of the movie, I want to say, Jill is just vibing. Like, she is expressionless. Everyone else is like, oh my god, Marnie's dead, and she's just vibing. And then right after that, someone says something to her and she's like, oh no, who could have done that, man? I don't know. Really nice little character moment with Jill. Emma Roberts, kick ass, man. So good in that role. But Stu or Charlie, I'm gonna go Stu, honestly, because I think Stu pretty much gives it away that it's him and Billy at the video store. But Charlie is pretty suspicious from the beginning, though. I mean, he's part of the movie club and all that. I think there was definitely a point the first time I watched Scream 4 that I was thinking to myself that it was I literally always forget this guy's name. I've forgotten this guy's name on like several streams, and I literally just watched the movie today and I forgot his name again. But him and his buddy, I'm like, yeah, no, it's definitely them. It wasn't them. It was Charlie and Jill. Anyways, let's move past that. Dumb point. Legion is throwing $5 in there. Thank you again, Legion. Saying, can you use your computer stuff to sound like Ghostface with audio manipulation or a soundboard for a few minutes? I wish I had something like that. I can like pitch transpose my voice, but I can't like perfectly make myself sound like Roger. Like I can't even do it myself. Tough voice to do, which is trust me, I would have done it myself for Red Right Hand if I could do the voice, but thankfully we had voice actor Blake Early come on the project and kick ass with it. Guy was amazing for what he did with the movie. I like the whole sequence with Danny Johnson and stuff was really great right in the middle of the movie. I loved his voice work. Seriously incredible. I wish I could do this. I'll you know what? Just for you, Legion, I'll see if I have a little, and maybe it won't glitch out this time. But let's see if I can get a little clip to play. Do I have any Ghostface clips? I don't even know, man. I gotta update these bad boys. I got Sydney. You know what? I got Sydney Prescott punching Gale Weathers in the face for you. Here you go, Legion.
I'll send you a copy.
That's the best I got. I'm so sorry, but you know what? In the future, I'll try to make something like that happen, and it'll be fun. Little voice changer happening on screen. I love it. Legion, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate that. I kind of forgot about the whole beanie thing. I'm realizing that now, like an hour into this. You know, maybe I'm just gonna put on all the beanies at this point. Or, you know, I'm gonna put on my Scream beanie just for you, my friend. There you go. We'll put that on. It's reinstated. Beanies for $5 reinstated. There we go. Let's get back to this. Definitely wish Jennifer had a sequel. Clam Baked is saying, where did the old mask come from and who got access to all of this evidence? Kirby, she's not that cool. I mean, it could have been her. It absolutely could have been her. I mean, her and Gale kind of seem like, you know, there's very little that we can take from that trailer, but it seems like her and Gale are they got something going on, you know? They share a certain history and all that. Maybe they're kind of friends now. They're chilling. A lot of time has passed in Scream 4. We don't know all that much about Kirby. We don't even know all that much about Gale. I mean, hell, we know that she's in New York, you know, doing her own morning show thing, but what else is going on in her life? I don't really know too much about her. What is her life like in New York, you know? Does she hang out with Kirby? Does she talk to her? Are they friends? I kind of talked a little bit about how like maybe Gale and Kirby were the ones that like set up the shrine and it's not the killers, which might be a weird reveal in the movie, but it could also work depending on what they decide to do with it. If it's most likely the killers like den or something that they find. But I could almost see them like making a whole like, think like the Warrens' room in The Conjuring, where it's like all of this stuff, all of this memorabilia from the past, we're cutting it all out, we're keeping it in one room so it's completely out of the public eye, and the idea of Ghostface can't spread anymore. So totally against the movies, totally against like anybody else obsessing over the idea of Ghostface. Keep it all locked up in a storage closet somewhere so no one else can see it. I almost think that obviously it's not a storage closet, but I think you get what I was trying to say there. But I've always thought that might be kind of interesting, and I don't know. I think that could work story wise, but not 100% on that one either, though. I think it would be really cool to see something like that play out, though. Villain Killin' Dylan is here, throwing $5 in there. VKD, I appreciate that, my dude. Saying, in the bottom left of the shrine photo, you can see the frying pan Ghostface used to kill Stone. Oh, shit. Now, see, that's a fucking... And you know what, going back to... Do I have that picture? I think I do. Yeah. So bottom left, huh? I wonder if this random screenshot I got of it captured that. Okay, hang on. We're dropping the banner. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not seeing it. But... And now I can't get rid. There we go. Okay. All right. Man, I'll have to look for that later, Dylan. That's very fucking awesome if that's in there. Yeah, dude. That's a great reference. I love that. But it's, you know, it's in the background, and I don't think that this frying pan will be like a huge point towards the storyline of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and going back to what I was saying about Angelina, like, this is exactly why I don't think we can make a whole movie based off of something like Stu or like Angelina coming back as like a second killer from 3. These are things we got to do let's do these things in the background. You know what I mean? Do these things in the background if you can, if it works with the story. And it'll be great for fans of the franchise who have like watched all these movies a bunch of times, but for the casual watcher, they can still watch it, still enjoy the story without being like, huh? What? Like, have you, I don't know if y'all have watched all of the Marvel movies as of right now, but man, I don't even want to watch the new one at this point. Like, I don't even know if I'll understand the new Ant-Man whenever that comes out. And I like those movies. I like Paul Rudd. I don't even know if I want to see this movie because I saw Doctor Strange 2 and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? Like, there's so many things that I'm like, this is out of left field. That after the credits scene, I was so just confused by. I'm sure that was something from the comics or something, but I'm just like, man, they usually do a better job at explaining this in some of the past MCU films. So I just wouldn't want that to bleed into Scream, especially with that being such a big complaint for the MCU right now. That might be kind of a mistake to do some big reaches like that for a movie. I don't know how I got on that topic going past the frying pan, Dylan, but regardless, I appreciate the $5. Thank you. You get yourself Friday the 13th, gray like a frying pan. Are they black or are they gray? I'm not 100% sure. Whatever color your frying pan is, maybe it's pink. Mine are gray, so bam. Friday the 13th, baby. Covering up Mr. Ghosty now. There we go. Nice. Legion's also throwing $2 in there saying Jay and Silent Bob are the killers. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, all the Scream films are in the Askew-niverse, so that is a thing. That is absolutely all those characters are there somewhere, so oh my god. Legion, that would be hilarious, man. I love it. I love it, man. Thank you for the $2, dude. Thank you so much. One of them's just totally silent. Come on, dude. Give your villain speech, man. And just Kevin Smith there just standing. Love it. Can this shrine maybe just be an exhibit of the true crimes from the Stab movies? You know, it could just be something as simple as that. It appears that we're going like up in some kind of like elevator or someone mastermind killer movies. I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. But that person was saying it's not an elevator, but it looks like they're doing something here to get into that room. We see them all exit whatever this is later on. I'm like 90% sure this is an elevator, but I don't know. I'm not an elevator expert myself, unfortunately, but they all get out of this. It's covered in cobwebs and all that. I'm imagining it's got to be somebody's like it feels like we're walking into the like a bear cave or something. You know what I mean? Like you go too deep into it, something's gonna bite you. You know what I mean? That's the vibes I'm getting from it from the trailer. So it doesn't seem like it's something that's like on display for $25 a ticket. Come check out this crazy museum or whatever. I don't know. You know, it's just not really giving me those vibes, I guess. So I'm thinking more this is like somebody's shrine, somebody's lair, evil lair. I don't know, something like that. Technotony. I don't even know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced or not. But Technotony is saying, or the shrine can be a Stab exhibit because of the Stab posters behind Chad when he punches Ghostface. I wonder if that's from the same scene or not, because I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm like, what is going on with that? What's with all the Stab posters, man? What's going on there? I do like that, though. I like seeing all the posters for the other movies. Well, fake movies in the same universe, that is. Piano Guy is saying, it's been a while. It has been a while, Piano Guy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Scream stream, my friend. If Batman can have a bat cave, so can Ghostface. To the Ghost Cave! And the invisible boatmobile will take us to our next murder. Yes, horror noobs, I love it. The ghost cave. See, you got there. You got there before I even got there. I love it. I want to see the ghost cave in full action. I want to see it. Extron saying, what happened to Dewey's mom? I don't know. It's a good question. Hopefully she's still around out there somewhere. It'd be upsetting. Rent is expensive in New York. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Whomever is the killer must have money. I mean, if the killer's like a police officer, you got evidence, the locker, the evidence locker, you got evidence, you can pull in some crazy money when you can kind of be above the law and all that. So I mean making Ghostface a cop or someone with some kind of status in this next movie, just it makes a lot of sense. It works so well with everything they've set up. I'm not against that at all. Main Ghostface is going to be the leader of his cult, and he'll say, Ghost Avengers, assemble! They all just run out like it's Infinity War. Or, I mean, Endgame, not Infinity War. I was thinking War, Infinity War. It all comes together. It all makes sense. All right, I'm going to go for like 10 more minutes, and then old Jake's got to get to... I forgot I got to drive to the movie theater, and I'm like, wait. Yeah, I should actually leave in like 8 minutes or so. So Jake's gonna answer a few more questions, and then Jake is peacing out. Reese. Yeah, that's a yeah. I hope I'm not butchering that, my friend. Saying, I know Kevin said Stu is dead, but why is he saying that now? He never said he's dead before. What if he means Stu dies at the end of this movie? Well, the big reason in my mind is because that poster that came out. Like, let me pull this up. So. That interview with him saying that like Stu is dead came almost immediately after this poster came out, where the dot on Stu Macher's name for this poster, like, and kind of just to sum you through this just insanely fast, all of these routes for the fake NYC subway are all the different movies and like the plot lines for them, and they all kind of follow the deaths of the characters in said film. And Stu Macher's at the very top there, where you can kind of see next to Billy Loomis. It's a pink dot for some reason, opposed to the rest of the dots. I genuinely think that this is the marketing department just playing with us, because a lot of people have been talking about Stu coming back for years. I mean, this is not a new thing. This is something that's been talked about for many, many years now, about him possibly coming back. And with any new Stu film... Oh God, my whole life is Stu Macher, man. I gotta, let me take a breath. With the new Scream film coming out though, that revitalizes the conversation again. Also, they've never technically confirmed that he's dead in the movies. They've just always referenced him as one thing or the other. Like, I think they say that he's a Looney Tune or whatever in the, he sure is a Looney Tune. And everyone's like, he said is, not was. What? Like, I don't know, man. My thing is, I think Kevin had that brought to his attention, that a lot of people were saying that, and that this was still a thing, and he just kind of cleared it up. He kind of showed you the source of where that came from, which he does bring up, like, the first instance of maybe some theories coming from that, because Matthew Lillard came to the Scream 2 set, and they put him in the background of one of the shots. So, naturally, if you caught that watching Scream 2 back when it came out, you would probably be like, oh shit, like, no way. Is that Stu Macher? Is he coming back in this movie? Like, what's going on with that? So, obviously there are a lot more things that have been added to that argument, like the idea that Kevin Williamson presented for Scream 3, where he was like, that everyone has reminded me of every single day since I posted my video about why I don't think Stu should come back. So I'm not even going to explain that, because y'all already know, because yeah. All right, we're not gonna, once again, another topic we're not gonna get into, but I don't think Stu's coming back. I love Matthew Lillard. He's incredible, but I want to see him play new characters. You know what I mean? That's my other thing too. He's going to be in the new, what's it called? Five Nights at Freddy's as maybe an antagonist. I'm pretty sure he is going to be playing William Afton. So I don't know, man. I'm a little more, personally, I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for Scream 6 because it's a brand new Scream movie, and we're gonna maybe have some new killers. You know, that's what I want. I want to see our 10th, 11th, and maybe 12th Ghostface. I want to see it. I want to see it here. 2, 3, 7 killers. Let's make it happen. As long as it's somebody new. Jose is saying, I feel like one of the Ghostface killers has to be a New York Police Department officer just by the shrine collection scene from the trailer. Yeah, I almost feel like something's got to be going on there too. I'm almost kind of not against Dermot Mulroney maybe helping the killer in this movie, but he's not necessarily the killer too. That was something I thought about, like maybe like under the table he was throwing a few hundreds or something, and he's like, okay, you can have all this evidence, here you go. Maybe he even has some knowledge as to who the killer is, and he's holding back because he's like, well, I got all this cash in my pocket, you know, I don't really care. That might be messed up. I don't know. Might be something kind of messed up to see, where it's like, this isn't even a Ghostface antagonist, this is just a bad person in our movie here. So that could be kind of cool too. Yeah, you pronounced my name right. Good. I typically don't do that, so I'm glad I got that right. Good. Good. I'm so happy. Celestia is here saying, hi Jake, what's your best guess who the Ghostface killer is? Right now I am fucking dead set on Josh Segarra. Like I don't even know if I have another theory right now that comes close to this being the case. I am 100% on the Josh Segarra Ghostface train after his name was revealed today to be Danny Brackett. So, man, tell you what, that's a pretty sus name for a couple of reasons. I'll go over that one more time, and then I swear to God, we're done. I swear I'm done talking about that, but it's just really the biggest thing on my mind right now with this movie. Josh Segarra's name is Danny Brackett. Last name comes from Halloween, Annie Brackett, and Danny is the name of the ultra crazy, like, supreme Ghostface from Dead by Daylight. And I can kind of see him being Danny Johnson, the Dead by Daylight killer, in this new movie. He fits the description. He's played a character very similar to Danny Johnson over on Arrow. I could see it being the case. So Jake is going to be signing off here, though, real soon. And I just want to say thank y'all for hanging out with me for this 90 minutes. This is my last stream and probably last video of the month, but I can say that for the next 5 or so days as we wrap up January, Jake will be posting some of the soundtrack for Red Right Hand, so check some of those tracks out. Had a lot of good dear friends make some of the soundtrack for that film, so I'm posting that here over the course of the next week while I'll be away being busy and all that. So check out some of those videos starting tomorrow. We have 42 days, 8 hours, 30 minutes, and 55 seconds from right now until the movie comes out, and I am so excited for it, y'all. So I can't wait to talk with y'all again in February. It's going to be a real good time. I'll probably be back with a live stream and a review of Knock at the Cabin next, so I can't wait for all of that. It's going to be awesome. So all the love to you guys. Have a nice night. Be safe out there. I don't know. Wash behind your ears. That's my last thing I want to give to y'all. Wash behind your ears. Make sure you're doing that. All the love. Peace out. And as always,